person to get the deepest and the most complete understanding about them. Is ordination a must for a person to have the deepest and the most complete understanding about them? And what is the right understanding between ordination and living the life of a lay person in the right way?
Ordination is ordination as monks or nuns is fully detaching from oneself. We love ourselves most for sure. That's why we are difficult to detach, especially from ourselves. As a meditator, if we practice seriously, we are easy to detach from ourselves, from the mind. But to understand about the religious life of Buddha and Sangha, we need to ordain as a monks or nun. Only by ordination, we are easy to understand the life of Buddha and Sangha. Only by ordination, we can represent ourselves to Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. As a lay person, we are difficult to fully represent to Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. The life of a lay person is free to do many things, but not free to do good deeds. Ordination is doing good deeds officially. Without ordination, we are doing good deeds unofficially. Most of the people will be difficult to do good deeds officially by ordaining as monks and nuns. Without having enough merits or graded merits, we are difficult to ordain as monks and nuns. Many lay people try to do good deeds as monks and nuns. They ordain, they decided for a long time, but because of not having enough intelligence and merits, they fail. They need to disrobe. Ordination is also freedom from the society. Without ordination, lay people are not free to do good deeds. They need to obey the tradition of the other lay people. If you are Chinese, you need to obey the Chinese tradition as a lay person. If you ordain as a nun, you don't need to obey any religion. As a nun, you have no responsibility for anyone in the society. You are responsible only for Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. You need to work only for Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. You don't need to work for the society. But in my side, I'm working for the society because of the need of the society. In fact, no responsibility. That's why most of the monks and nuns are not willing to work for the social activities. They may attach on their mission of learning and teaching Buddhist literature and practicing and teaching meditation. Because of their attachment, they are not free to do good deeds freely like me. In my side, I dare to ordain as a monk. Besides, I dare to detach from the life of monks and nuns. That's why, although my life is not free as a monk, my mind is free. Therefore, I can do many things freely. I can understand many things freely also. I'm free to change my mind from the mind of, I can use the mind of a monk. Besides, I can use the mind of a meditation teacher. Besides, I can use the natural mind, which is just ever-changing, selfless, impermanent nature. Therefore, I can do many things by changing the mind. If I am difficult to do something as a monk, I will change my mind from the mind of a monk to natural mind. And in this way, I can continue doing something till there is success. Most of the minds are not free from attachment. That's why they are difficult to change their mind. In this way, they are difficult to get success. Now I'm able to teach like this for over 23 years continuously. There are also many difficulties concerned with this kind of teaching. But I can change my mind. That's why I'm able to teach like this till now. Besides, we should be practical. For some of the lay people, they have weakness. That's why they could not ordain as a monk or nun. If so, they don't need to think about ordination. For those who are qualified enough to ordain as a monk or nun, they should do. This is especially from detachment from our own attachment. Our own stronger attachment is concerned with our present life. We already experienced many life in the past, but present life is concerned with stronger attachment. So in order to detach, we should ordain. If we can detach, we are free to disrobe or to continue as a religious person. But in the side of the Buddhists, they need more and more monks and nuns compared with lay people. Because of not having skillful monks, meditation master or leader, they have to choose lay people. If they can choose religious people, they will choose more on religious people. That's why to fulfill the need of the society, we should ordain as monks and nuns also. There are many lay people. They did not ordain as monks or nuns, but they want to support monks or nuns. They want to support Buddhism. That's why even if we don't want to ordain as monks or nuns, we should ordain as monks or nuns if we can. But if we do, everything is possible. That's why if we ordain, we are sure to survive as monks or nuns. With this right understanding, a decision to ordain as a monk appear in my mind. Even if I understand like this, even if we understand like this, it will be difficult to ordain as a monk. But in my sight, I dare to sacrifice my life of a lay person. In this way, I became a Buddhist monk. That's why I can help many people who have problem concerned with ordination, or I can help many monks and nuns who are difficult to survive their religious life. That's why I have to open more and more meditation center to to fulfill the need of the monks and nuns also. They cannot stay at home for long time. They must stay in the monastery or meditation center. But most of the monasteries are not allowed freely. Therefore, I need to create more and more new monastery or meditation center. In this way, my way of doing good deeds is complete. If I continue teaching only as a lay person, I will be like Goenka. Goenka is really helpful for the lay people. but not much for the monks and nuns. He is not opening monastery. He opened only meditation center. But he opened only part-time, not full-time. So his meditation center are not monastery. That's why monks and nuns are not easy to stay in Goenka center. I'm also one of the followers of Goenka method. That's why I understand weakness and good points of Goenka center and method. Therefore, I'm fulfilling the need of the monks and nuns who are practicing meditation also.
You say the monks and nuns represent Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So, in order to become nuns or monks or nuns, to ordain, to become monks or nuns, should we cultivate certain qualities so that we are qualified enough to represent Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha? Because in a lot of retreats, you always encourage people to ordain, to become monks or nuns. But if like our qualities are not enough, are not qualified enough to represent Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, may it cause like misunderstanding about the teaching of Buddha or not. So what is the right understanding about this?
Only Buddha is complete. No one is complete. No monks and nuns are complete like Buddha. That's why incompleteness is common for everyone, including monks and nuns. Because as a monk, I know very well, I know many things about the weakness and good points of monks and nuns. If they emphasize on Buddhist literature, they will not be skillful in practicing meditation, practicing and teaching meditation. If they emphasize only on learning and teaching, practicing meditation and Buddhist literature, they may not be skillful in helping people, solving the problems of the people. That's why no one is complete. Only Buddha is complete. But concerned with my followers who ordain as monks or nuns, I have a lot of followers. Therefore, I decided to create the Bhava education system of our own. In that system, we can teach to the new monks and nuns what should do, what should not do. Within a few years, the Bhava education system will start in 2 or 3 Mind Bhava Center. So at that time, misunderstanding or not understanding about monks or nuns will be less and less for sure. At the present, they can go to other monastery or meditation center to learn about the other tradition of monks and nuns. I myself is busy with practicing and teaching meditation and helping people. That's why I myself need to learn Buddhist literature more and more deeply. When the Baba's education system starts, I will emphasize to fulfill the need of myself and the others member of the Baba Center. that is not difficult for me. I have been solving the most difficult problems of religions and society for over many years. That's why that is not difficult. It will be difficult for the others, but not for me. Some of the monks and nuns from the Baba Center are also learning in other monastery and meditation center. When we start the Baba education system, they will work in that education system to educate to the senior, junior monks and nuns. Besides, many educated monks are connecting with us, with me, so they are willing to fulfill our need, because we are also fulfilling the need of the others. That's why to receive help from the other monks or monastery are not difficult for us.
Is it right to understand that we should detach from the attachment of perfection in order to get to ordained?
Yes, yes.
And if we ordain in order to detach from oneself, from the attachment to oneself, it is still like consider the right decisions to be qualified to represent for the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. If we ordain in order to detach from the attachment to oneself, is it right to understand like that?
Yes, we should ordain, especially to detach from ourselves or oneself. Only when we are able to detach from ourselves, we don't need to think about ourselves. I want to do like this, or I want to eat something. We will not have thinking like this of our own. We can change our mind. As a Westerner, and then we can eat Western food. If we cannot change our mind, we are difficult. If we can detach from ourselves, we are everything. We are everyone. We are not only one. So we can do everything. We can be everyone. In this way, we can understand. We can be familiar with all living beings, even with the ghosts or wild animals. No need to worry, no need to be afraid of them. If we accept ourselves as a ghost, we can be familiar with the ghost. Because of attaching ourselves as human beings, we need to be afraid of the ghosts or wild animals. So this detachment is really useful to solve the problems of the living beings.